Aloha Jazz lover, wherever you are in the world. It's interview time on the Jazz Intersection, and we have a musical diva with us at this time, a 9-time Grammy winner and a 17-time Grammy nominee, and one of the founders of the vocal music group The Manhattan Transfer, starring Shel Benteen, Tim Hauser, Alan Paul, and our guest, the beautiful and talented Janis Siegel. Aloha, Janis.
Wow, what an introduction. That was great, James.
Great, great. How are you this time of the year? Finished shopping?
I actually am pretty much done. I've got just a couple more nieces and nephews to handle, and I'm pretty good.
Good for you. Good for you. And is Christmas your favorite time of the year?
No, not really. I'm more of a summer person.
Oh, okay.
I love the heat, and I actually even love summer in New York.
That's one of the great places for summer, New York.
I think so, because everybody leaves, and then you have the whole city to yourself. It's pretty nice.
Right. Hey, looking at the schedule for the group, I see last year, the last show of this year was on December 13th in Austin, Texas. Is that right?
Yeah.
And the new season starts on January 1st at Birdland in New York with Aaron Weinstein.
Yeah, I'm going to be, it's his gig, actually. I'm going to be doing like 4 tunes with him, though. He's a swing violinist, and he works with John Pizzarelli a lot and does a lot of interesting projects like that. But, yeah, it's a kind of a hometown gig for me.
Oh, great. Have you worked with him before?
Aaron was on an album I produced called That Old Mercer Magic, which is a group of 3 female singers called Jalala. It's my original partner in the Manhattan Transfer, Laurel Massey, and a woman from the New York Voices, Lauren Kinnan, and myself. And it's the first 2 letters of all of our first names. We couldn't come up with a better name. And it's on Dare Records. So I used Aaron on that, and I've worked with him on quite a few other projects. Not my own things, but more like stuff with Frank Vignola, the guitarist.
I got you. Well, that old Mercer Magic, huh?
That's right.
All right. I was going to get to that later on, but we will. Also, over 40 years you've had in the music business. Can you give us some collective thoughts on your career from the beginning to present, including your influences?
Oh, well, that's a big answer then. Well, my influences really, I mean, I grew up with pop music. I was not, really influenced as a kid or a teenager by jazz in particular, because we just listened to the AM radio here in New York, and it was pretty great at that time. It was very open. You'd hear all different kinds of things, everything from the Great American Songbook, great singers, that time has proved our classic singers, and everything from Motown to the Beatles and the whole British invasion stuff, and instrumentals, great instrumentals, and classical music. So I started singing professionally when I was 12. So it's been a long that I've been in the music business, seen a lot of changes for sure. I mean, from when I first started, there were so many record companies, and almost every single record company had a person running it that was a music lover, not necessarily a lawyer,
right,
businessman. But a real person that had taste and signed artists because they loved the music.
Right on.
So it's been a real change, I think, to come through to today, where all the record companies are disappearing, and the ones that are left are run by corporate CEOs, that are, or accountants. Mm-hmm. They're just looking at numbers. But the other additional element that's popped up has been the internet, of course, and all the ability to download music, and independent artists being able to have their music heard, and little independent record companies that are popping up here and there where you have that ethos kind of manifested of people that really love a certain genre or a little niche of music, and they make it work. They know they have a small audience, and they cater to that. So yeah, my influences though as a singer are pretty varied, and actually my original influences were not vocal. I listen to in the jazz world. I listen to instrumentals mainly. John Coltrane was my idol.
Interesting.
And I loved Monk, Freddie Hubbard. I loved Herbie Hancock. Loved Gary Burton and Jimmy Smith on the organ, and Kenny Burrell. And I listened to instrumentalists that also sang, like Chet Baker and Louis Armstrong, and how their voices were very similar to their instrumentals.